Well, we all know that Nepal is improving in general nutritional status. Latest our data shows that this nutritional status of children is improved over 2 decades. But still we have a challenge to meet the sustainable development goal because recent data shows that we have 36% stunting and 27% underweight. And very interestingly, we have the recent data shows that this anemia problem is increased in this year. So this is the national statistics. But when we talk about the marginal and poor household, the situation might be worse than the national figure. In this context, we have to do the more continuous effort for the nutritional improvement. As we all know that, 1/3 of the Nepalese population, they are basically depends upon agriculture, and our agriculture is predominantly subsistence. When you talk about the subsistence agriculture, that is naturally is going to be very, very diverse. So in the diverse farming system, we could easily promote the food-based nutritional intervention. In this context, home garden is found to be the most efficient approach, where this is the land use system situated around the homestead, maintained with several components in terms of diversity by the household member themselves, which leads to contribute to the family nutrition, income, biodiversity conservation, and also it is a resilient system. In fact, we have been working on this home garden approach since long. First, we did the research about this home garden component, its structure and everything. Then we did the modeling and validation. Then after, we did piloting in few districts of Nepal for scaling up. And now we are integrating and scaling up in larger area. Now we are working on 20 districts. 6 districts in Tarai and 13 districts from mid hills and 1 district from the high hills. And each district we are working on 10 VDCs, and we have started working from 2015. Basically, when we talk about this smallholder and marginal households, we asked this District Agriculture Development Committee to identify the most remotest area of those districts. Those 20 districts were selected based on the low Human Development Index. So even within those selected VDCs, we have districts, we have selected 10 VDCs, and we also chose the smallholder farmers using this underlying cause of poverty analysis data, and where this data were not available, then we used the well-ranking method, well-being ranking. And we have 35,000 beneficiaries, and out of those, 6,320 households were randomly selected in the baseline, and we administered the semi-structured questionnaire. And after 1 year of intervention, we only selected 1,000 randomly households, 50 households from each district to carry out the output monitoring of our interventions. And this clearly shows that, we have a very generally, though it is a random sampling, but we have a very balanced ethnic distribution. And it clearly shows that 63.1% of our respondent has less than 6 month food production from their own land. So it clearly shows that our beneficiaries which we are working are the smallholder and really marginal households. And these are all has this highly significant relation. Now I would like to just highlight that since we have only implemented 1 year, 1 year of intervention, we thought that vegetable is the main means of increasing the food type. But this survey result says that this vegetable availability, even though they are the farming household, but vegetable availability is really a problem to them. And 92% of the household only use the 2.9% of the leafy vegetable species. 40% household only grow only one vitamin-rich vegetable species. And this assured supply is really challenging in the majority of the case during February and June. But this is the general trend. But if we look at the Tarai and other area, then the situation is different. There is increase after the distribution of two-season vegetable kit, but there is an increase in the surplus cell vegetable production. Now I would like to go under the home garden component, and basically, home garden component we covered are fruits, vegetable, goat, poultry, seed production, and then cattle. But when we distributed two-season this vegetable diversity kit, including all these leafy greens, dark vegetable, other vegetables, and vitamin A rich vegetable, there is not much big changes. And when we talk about this food type, in our baseline case, 62% had only 3 type of food type consumption, and 18% 4 type, 5% only 9.5% 5 type, and very little 6 and 7 type. As I already mentioned to you, we have distributed this vegetable composite kit for 2 seasons, though we have done the intervention on livestock, but this is the study after 1 year of intervention. We only looked upon the vegetable because we have added 3 food type on the vegetable component kit. But even, distributing vegetable kit to all beneficiaries, that didn't increase much. This result clearly shows. And based on these findings, what we can clearly say that this smallholder and small farmers and marginal farmers, they have a very poor dietary diversity. As we saw, they are consuming more than 60% of the farmers residing in the remote area are consuming 3 type of food type. And deliberate vegetable species selection is must. Otherwise, we cannot do much. But even if we do the deliberate vegetable species selection for diversifying the food type, that is, we have to take care of the low moisture conserving technology along with this vegetable diversity kit, because in our mid-hills area, there is always problem of water, and you could say the irrigation water. And this home garden, we have a very little consumption, of the animal source protein in the remote area hills, and we should also focus on that. Though we are doing intervention, but its result might come, after 2 or 3 years. And this home garden approach can be promoted because every household we have surveyed, they have a small piece of land around household. So this could be an approach to promote for the nutritional security for the smallholder farmers of remote area of this country. Thank you very much.